Why we don't hear about Journey's Steve Perry anymore. Steve Perry, renowned as the iconic lead singer of the arena rock mega-hit machine, Journey, left an indelible mark on the world of music with his powerful and distinctive vocals. Journey's music has become synonymous with the classic rock genre, and their hits have an enduring and universal appeal that transcends generations. Perry's voice, often described as one of the greatest in rock history, played an integral role in the band's meteoric rise to fame. Journey's music is so beloved and iconic that it has the potential to instantly transport listeners to a familiar and nostalgic place. In fact, their songs are so ingrained in the cultural fabric that if they had been included on the golden record, the one launched into space, it's not a stretch to imagine that aliens might have already made contact, drawn by the magnetic pull of their timeless melodies. However, despite the enduring love for Journey's music, Steve Perry himself has been conspicuously absent from both the music world and the public eye since the late 1980s. This intriguing disappearance raises questions about what led the celebrated lead singer to retreat from the spotlight for several decades. Here's why he's been out of sight for so long. Journey goes on a break during the peak of their fame. Perry's journey in the world of music began in earnest when he joined the band Journey in 1977. The band was already established, but his arrival marked a turning point. His powerful and emotive voice added a new dimension to Journey's sound, and the band quickly rose to fame. Throughout the late 1970s and early 1980s, Journey released a series of hit albums, including Infinity and Escape, which featured classics like Don't Stop Believin' and Open Arms. Perry's distinctive tenor became synonymous with the band's anthemic rock ballads. Journey's relentless touring schedule and consistent album releases ensured that Perry was constantly in the spotlight. They even achieved the unique distinction of being the first band to have a video game based on their music, although the quality of the game left much to be desired. Amidst the band's success, Perry took a much-needed break from the non-stop whirlwind of the music industry. In 1984, he released his solo album, Street Talk, which included hits like Oh Sherry and Foolish Heart. These songs showcased his ability to stand out as a solo artist, but they were his only solo hits for quite some time. Perry's departure from Journey in 1988 marked a significant turning point in his career. The strain of recording Journey's album, Raised on the Radio, coupled with his intermittent attendance due to his mother's failing health and eventual passing, contributed to his decision to step away from the band. Additionally, he had grown weary of the band's dynamics. Following his departure, Perry recorded a solo album in 1988, but ultimately shelved it. He then embarked on a long hiatus from music, with only a somewhat successful solo release, For the Love of Strange Medicine, in 1994, during nearly a decade of relative silence. The unsuccessful attempt at a reunion in 1998. Steve Perry's musical journey continued to be marked by ups and downs as he navigated the challenges of his career and personal life. After the success of his 1994 solo album, For the Love of Strange Medicine, Perry's solo career showed promise. The album attracted considerable attention, reigniting interest in his musical endeavors. The buzz around Strange Medicine eventually led to discussions of a potential Journey reunion. In 1996, Perry and the rest of the band members decided to reunite, breathing new life into one of rock's most iconic groups. They entered the studio and recorded the album Trial by Fire. This reunion was eagerly anticipated by fans, and the album did well upon its release. However, fate seemed to have other plans for Perry and Journey, just as they were gearing up to support Trial by Fire with a tour. A devastating setback occurred. Perry suffered a broken hip that left him physically unable to perform. This unforeseen injury was a severe blow to both Perry and the band. Without Perry's presence on stage, there could be no tour, and without a tour, the album quickly lost its momentum and faded from the charts. Despite his injury, Perry postponed getting hip surgery until 1998, possibly hoping for a speedy recovery and a chance to rejoin the band. However, during this time, tensions within the band were simmering. The rest of the members grew frustrated by Perry's perceived lack of drive to get back to performing and touring. In a pivotal moment, the other members of Journey reached out to Perry, delivering a stern message. "Go out and do whatever you want, but do not call it Journey." This ultimatum left Perry feeling deeply conflicted and hurt. He later reflected on this turning point, stating, "That fractured the stone for me. That breaks it. I was given an ultimatum, and I don't respond well to ultimatums." The rift between Perry and Journey at this juncture marked a profound shift in his relationship with the band and signaled the end of this chapter in his career. Stevie Perry's journey in the world of music had been marked by remarkable successes, personal challenges, and the complexities of band dynamics. His decision to step away from Journey during this tumultuous period would have a lasting impact on his musical legacy. The VH1 Behind the Music episode inflicted significant pain upon them. By 2001, Perry had already achieved legendary status as the voice behind some of Journey's most iconic hits, including Don't Stop Believin' and Open Arms. However, his relationship with the band had become increasingly tumultuous. That year, VH1's Behind the Music provided a glimpse into the inner workings of the band and, more importantly, Steve Perry's complex role within it. The pivotal moment in the documentary came when Perry, no longer with the band but still a central figure in their legacy, opened up about his feelings of being an outsider in Journey. This revelation caught the attention of both fans and his former bandmates. For Perry, this sentiment was a reflection of his struggle to maintain creative control and navigate the internal dynamics of the group. From the perspective of the other members, notably guitarist Neil Schon, keyboardist Jonathan Cain, and drummer Steve Smith, Perry had been a dominant presence within the band. His powerful vocals and songwriting prowess had defined Journey's sound and led them to numerous chart-topping successes. To them, Perry's claim of being an outsider seemed paradoxical and even hurtful. The tension that had simmered beneath the surface for years finally boiled over. The VH1 special showcased a montage of bewildered reactions from the other band members who were clearly taken aback by Perry's statements. The situation was aptly summarized by Journey's longtime manager, Herbie Herbert, who quipped, "That's like the Pope saying he never really felt Catholic." Perry's words and the subsequent fallout exposed deep-seated divisions within the band.
Despite the internal conflicts, Journey continued to make music after Perry's departure, enlisting a new lead singer. Perry himself pursued solo projects, but never fully left the public eye. His distinctive voice and contributions to rock music remained a subject of fascination for fans and music enthusiasts alike. Journey makes a lasting substitution for Steve Perry, with an individual who possesses an uncannily similar vocal style to Steve Perry. The story of Steve Augeri, the struggling vocalist who attempted to fill the enormous shoes of Steve Perry in the legendary band Journey, and the subsequent discovery of Arnel Pineda, a talented Filipino singer, is a remarkable chapter in the band's history.
Steve Augeri faced immense pressure when he stepped into the role of Journey's lead vocalist following Steve Perry's departure. Fans were understandably skeptical, as Perry's distinctive voice had become
synonymous with the band's sound. Augeri's struggle to replicate Perry's vocal prowess was evident, and Journey even faced accusations of using pre-recorded vocals in their live performances to compensate for the noticeable difference
in their sound. This controversy threatened to tarnish the band's reputation, as it went against the very essence of rock and roll authenticity. In a twist of fate, the band's search for a more fitting replacement led them to the unlikely discovery of Arnel Pineda. Pineda's path to fame was a humble one, marked by poverty and hard work in classic rye hover bands in Manila, Philippines. His exceptional talent and uncanny ability
to mimic Steve Perry's vocals were revealed through a random late-night YouTube search. Pineda's voice was so reminiscent of Perry's that it seemed almost miraculous. Upon finding Pineda's YouTube videos, the band wasted no time in tracking him down and offering him the opportunity of a lifetime. They were captivated by his vocal prowess and believed that he could help restore the band's musical credibility.
Pineda, who had grown up admiring Journey and singing their songs, was understandably humbled by the chance to join one of his favorite bands. His authenticity and genuine passion for their music endeared him to both the band and fans alike. Arnel Pineda's journey with Journey began as he took on the monumental task of filling Perry's shoes. Despite the pressure and high expectations, he approached his role with humility and dedication. He understood that he was stepping into a role that was deeply cherished by fans around the world. One intriguing aspect of Pineda's journey with Journey is his desire to meet Steve Perry. Despite replicating Perry's vocals so faithfully, Pineda has never actually met the legendary former frontman of the band. He remains a devoted fan of Perry's work and has expressed his intention to seek an autograph from him if they ever cross paths. Perry tragically experienced the loss of his partner due to cancer and also faced his own health scare related to cancer. Steve Perry, renowned for his iconic vocals and frontman role in the band Journey, has a life story that extends beyond the realm of music. In 2013, he penned a poignant blog post that offered a deeply personal and heartbreaking glimpse into a significant chapter of his life, one that was marked by love, loss, and a battle with his own mortality. During this period, Perry's life intersected with that of Kelly Nash, a woman who had previously fought and triumphed over cancer. Their connection was initially forged through email exchanges, but it didn't take long for a profound bond to develop between them. When they finally met face-to-face, sparks flew, and they fell head over heels in love with each other. Their relationship blossomed, and they embarked on a journey together, sharing life's joys and challenges. However, tragedy struck when Kelly Nash's cancer resurfaced with a vengeance, more aggressive and unforgiving than before. Despite Perry's unwavering support and their deep love for one another, Nash ultimately lost her battle with cancer, leaving a profound void in Perry's life. Her passing was a devastating blow that left an indelible mark on his heart. In the midst of this heartache, Steve Perry himself faced a health scare in 2013. He confronted a diagnosis of melanoma skin cancer, a condition that demanded immediate attention and medical intervention. The experience of facing his own mortality, coupled with the loss of Kelly Nash, left Perry in a state of introspection and reflection. These life-altering experiences forced Perry to grapple with the duality of his existence. As a rock star, he had been synonymous with the vibrant, wild, and larger-than-life world of music. However, the emotional toll of his personal trials pulled him into a more contemplative and somber space. It was a side of Steve Perry that the world had rarely seen before. Perry's willingness to share these deeply personal and vulnerable moments through his blog post allowed fans and the public to connect with him on a profoundly human level. It revealed the depths of his emotional resilience and the complexity of his character beyond the stage and the music. He's concerned that his vocal abilities might not be in peak condition for performing Journey's songs. The recent years have witnessed Steve Perry making sporadic appearances in the public eye, signaling a slight departure from his self-imposed seclusion. However, these glimpses of the iconic singer have not hinted at a full-fledged comeback to the music scene. Instead, he has engaged in a few select activities that have left fans wondering about the future of his career. One of the more notable instances of Perry's reemergence was his occasional performances at Major League Baseball games. These appearances were marked by the power and emotion of his signature vocals, reminding fans of the undeniable talent that once propelled him to stardom. Additionally, he made guest appearances with other bands during their live shows, further fueling speculation about his musical endeavors. Despite these hints of a return to the spotlight, Steve Perry has refrained from making concrete plans to resurrect his solo career. This reluctance has left fans and the music industry pondering the reasons behind his reticence. In interviews, Perry has candidly expressed his concerns and reservations about a potential comeback. One of his primary worries is the risk of becoming an unwitting caricature of his former self, a fate that often befalls artists attempting a late career resurgence. He understands the challenges of recapturing past glory and is cautious about tarnishing the legacy he has built over the years. Another significant concern that Perry has voiced is related to the physical demands of his music. After a prolonged absence from the stage and recording studio, he questions whether his voice is still capable of reaching the soaring high notes that characterized many of his older tracks. This self-doubt is a testament to his dedication to his craft and his desire to deliver performances that live up to the high standards he has set for himself and his fans. While Steve Perry remains open to the idea of a return to music, he underscores the uncertainty of such a prospect. The passing decades have only added to the complexity of the situation, making it appear less likely that he will fully rekindle his music career. However, he always includes a caveat that anything is possible, leaving a glimmer of hope for those who long to hear his distinctive voice once more. He has come to terms with his role and impact within the band's history. The induction of Journey into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in April 2017 marked a momentous occasion in the band's history, and it also provided a surprising and heartwarming chapter in the life of Steve Perry. Although Perry had not performed with the band in many years, he made a momentous appearance alongside his former bandmates to accept this prestigious honor. This gesture was met with both surprise and relief by fans who had eagerly awaited a resolution to the long-standing tensions within the band. During the induction ceremony, each member of Journey had the opportunity to speak, but it was Steve Perry's words that stood out as a heartfelt and unexpected turn of events. Perry began by individually thanking every member of the band, a gesture that conveyed his deep appreciation for the music they had created together. His words resonated with sincerity and gratitude, signaling a significant shift from the bitterness and discord that had been previously glimpsed in the VH1 Behind the Music episode. As he continued his speech, Steve Perry singled out Neil Schon, Journey's virtuoso guitarist, for special recognition. He acknowledged Schon's exceptional guitar playing as the defining element that initially drew him to the band. This heartfelt tribute not only praised Schon's musical prowess, but also demonstrated Perry's willingness to mend bridges and rekindle positive relationships within the group. Perhaps the most touching moment came when Perry addressed Arnel Pineda, the vocalist, who had taken on the challenging role of filling his shoes in the band. Perry offered his genuine admiration and appreciation, stating that Pineda sings his heart out every night. This expression of support and camaraderie between two men linked by their connection to Journey was a significant moment of reconciliation. Steve Perry concluded his remarks by turning to the band's devoted fans, expressing his deep gratitude for their unwavering support. He acknowledged his prolonged absence from the music scene and the hearts of fans, but assured them that they had never been far from his own heart. His closing words, filled with love and appreciation, resonated with fans and marked a poignant and triumphant return to the public eye. He has been discreetly engaged in the creation of a fresh album. In the wake of the heartwarming Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, Steve Perry surprised fans and the music world by sitting down for a rare interview with ABC Radio. During this interview, he shared some intriguing details about his life and career, hinting at a significant musical project that had been in the works. Perry revealed that he had been diligently working on a new album, a revelation that ignited excitement among his dedicated fan base. This announcement came as a pleasant surprise, as Perry had largely remained elusive and out of the public eye for an extended period. The inspiration for this new album came from a deeply personal and emotional place in Perry's life. He disclosed that the profound heartbreak he experienced following the passing of his girlfriend had served as a catalyst for his creative resurgence. This tragic event had compelled him to channel his emotions and experiences into his music, a process that had been ongoing for approximately a year. Describing the essence of the forthcoming album, Perry emphasized its role as an emotional expression and a means to make sense of his inner turmoil. He candidly shared that revisiting the emotional depth required for this project had been a cathartic experience, one that had taken him back to a place he thought he would never revisit. His dedication to capturing the raw, timeless essence of his songs reflected his commitment to delivering music that resonated on a profound level. However, as of the time of the original source, Steve Perry had not released the album or provided further details about its content. The project remained somewhat shrouded in mystery, leaving fans eager for more information and eagerly anticipating its eventual release. While the album's status was still uncertain at the time of the source, there were hints that it was nearing completion. An intriguing video, albeit featuring an odd visual of someone standing in a bush, suggested that the album had reached the finishing stages, with mention of it being finished, in the can, and in the process of remastering, or sort of putting together all the loose ends and making everything fit together nicely. Steve Perry's return to the world of music had generated considerable excitement, not only for his dedicated fans, but also for those who had admired his talent and contribution to rock music over the years. What do you think about why Steve Perry chose a life in hiding instead of the spotlight? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.